For the 8th year in a row, the Taylor women's cross country team are queens of the Crossroads League as they won their 8th straight Crossroads League title. And to look back at the regular season, I'm joined by their head coach, Quinn White. Quinn, it's obviously a little bit different here in 2020. Normally at this time, you guys would have already run the national meet and getting ready to take a break. So what's it been like these last couple of weeks with the league meet now in April?
Yeah, Rick. So we went ahead and started our break right after the Crossroads League meet. And this week we actually start rolling again and get ready for, our primary focus is going to be cross country nationals on April 9th. But with that, we'll be excited to go through the indoor season and then the outdoor after that. But so it's kind of weird last Friday not having a national meet, but we're excited about, the opportunity to have it in April.
An interesting ending to the league meet. We'll talk about the meet in general, which was another banner performance for your team, but really cool moment at the end of the meet. Sarah Holzman raced for the first time in a couple of years. Kind of give people the backstory on that and what it was like to see her race for the first time in a long while.
Yeah, so it's just a really neat opportunity for Sarah. She has an injury, a health situation, and she's been dealing with really since high school, but it just kind of got figured out in college what it was. And the last couple of years, she's just kind of been doing some easy mileage on her own when she could, or with the girls a little bit. And this coming into the league meet is interesting. We both kind of went to each other and said, "Hey, what about trying to race this weekend?" And it was something we both agreed would be fun, just go out and relax and enjoy and run with a thankful heart. And that's what she did. And she did really well. It was super exciting.
Let's talk about the race in general. As I mentioned, the 8th straight league title, but I'm assuming this had to be the most nail-biting one out of the 8. It was tooth and nail all the way down to the finish line between you and Huntington. I was, blessed enough to stand there in the huddle when your daughter Haley told the team that the results were final and you won by a handful of points. When she read that off and it was confirmed that you won your 8th straight league title, what went through your mind?
Well, I literally was holding back the tears. Huntington is an excellent team, and they're ranked 3rd right now, and I think legit they should be 2nd. I think our league is stacked. I mean, we just have a great league right now. But they have 2 D1 transfers, both excellent runners, just outstanding runners, and great young ladies. But we knew that if they ran both of them, one had been injured most of the season, so this was actually her first race, that it was going to be a really difficult challenge. But we were ready for it, and we knew we had the potential. We just had to run our race and make sure that we didn't get too fired up or whatever. Just patience. Something that we've been working on this year is finishing well. And we were down, I can't remember exactly, approximately 11 points with 800 meters to go. And we finished very, very well. And, they went out, Huntington went out pretty hard, and a couple of their back girls kind of fell off just a little bit. So there's some change in the position, and we were able to end up on top. It was very exciting, and again, taking nothing away from Huntington because they are a top-notch team. But it was very exciting, very fun, and we were all just kind of holding back the tears a little bit.
You had 5 placed on the all-league team, and the usual suspects of Sarah Harden and Livia Schroeder are up there. But what was it like to see some fresh faces and 3 other young ladies get some well-deserved recognition as all-league performers?
Yeah, it was exciting. We're a pretty deep team. I think we're deep 8, maybe nine young ladies, and kind of that top 5 has kind of changed throughout the season. You couldn't just say, hey, these are the top 5 or these are the top 7. But it was really exciting because Corinne O'Leary had her best race of the season, and fantastic timing. She did that 2 years ago at Nationals as well. Gio ran fantastic. She's been consistent for us all year, and she and Caitlin Handback really worked well together. And they were 2 young ladies that were not in the top 15 in that last 1,000, last 800. They had to kick some people down to make it happen. And it was just great for the team to be able to win, and for them to be able to get all league, and to see that pay off for all that hard work that they've done.
Your team is still ranked number 1 in the country. There's obviously a lot of time now in between when we're currently talking here, and then obviously the national meet coming up in April. So what's the preparation like? It's obviously going to be different than what you would have in past years with so much time off. So what does that preparation look like before the big race in April?
This is new. I'm just going to be real upfront with you. You know, we've never had a situation where we have an indoor national early March, cross country national early April, and then outdoor national late May. So we are totally redoing that, the whole spring macro cycle, and then looking at some different micro cycles within that to make sure that our best race, hopefully, is on April 9th. It won't take away from indoor. We want to be as strong as we can and help the Trojans be excellent in the indoor season. But our primary focus has to be cross country right now. I mean, you know, we have a chance to be on that podium and make something special happen. So training is unique. Training is different, but it's something that we're excited for, and we're ready to roll.
A last thing as we do this regular season recap, and we'll talk after the national meet in April, but just a word on your seniors, what they've done, 4 league titles and a countless amount of records and personal bests. And I think, it's pretty easy to say they've all improved a lot since their freshman season. What's it been like to watch them grow and learn and become young women of God these last 4 years?
Yeah, it's really neat to see that development. Just everything that you mentioned, but another aspect is just their leadership. You know, when you come in as a freshman, we don't really think too much about a class being leaders, but when it's time to lead, this group stepped up and did a phenomenal job. And I'm talking all 6 of them. You know, we believe that everybody has a role, and we use the verses from Corinthians 12, 1 Corinthians 12 and Romans 12 when it talks about part of the body. And we feel that every young lady on this team has a role, an important part to our body as a whole. So it's been super exciting to see them really not just perform great and improve in that, but just be awesome leaders.
Quinn, thanks for the time. Congrats on a great regular season. Best of luck with all of this time. I won't say time off, because I know you and the team will be hard at work, both for indoor track and then before the national meet in April. But best of luck at that national meet. We'll talk to you after the big race in April.
Thanks, Rick.
That is Quinn White, the Taylor Women's Cross Country head coach, joining me today to stay up to date with everything Taylor Women's Cross Country. Just log on to TaylorTrojans.com.